Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel. Alright, so in today's video, I want to talk about one particular topic, and the topic is how much money I need to live in Italy. Now, this is a very interesting question because I believe that many people who are watching my channel anyway would love the idea to move here to Italy. And in my channel anyway, I'm showing properties for sale, expat expectations. I show as well, I'm talking about my life. So, but this is a topic about how much money I need to live in Italy. Now, let's start by saying that I'd say there is a big difference between if we like to live in the north of Italy or if we like the idea to live in the south of Italy. Now, personally, I choose to live in the south of Italy. I like it here. And also because I consider that the life is cheaper in the south of Italy than in the north or in the center. Now, this is not always true because are a lot of the things that we have to consider anyway when we want to relocate somewhere. But overall, the question is how much money I need to live in the south of Italy rather than in Italy, in the south of Italy. And now in this video, I'm going to talk about this topic. Then, if you like this type of videos, if you like my channel, please put like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it doesn't cost anything, and you're helping my channel to grow. Now, I will talk about how much money I need to live in Italy on the base of my personal experience and on the base as well of the expat expectations that I generally follow on the social medias about the expats who have already moved here, and they're sharing their experiences and they're saying how much it costs their life in the south of Italy. Now let's start to give you a budget. Let's say that my budget is 1200 euro a year, 1200 euro a month. Now, would it be enough 1200 euro a month to live in the south of Italy? This is the question. Let's try to divide the let's say, for example, let's start from the fact that at the very first point I would put, okay, so with this budget, do I have to pay the rent or not? Do I have to pay a mortgage or not? Because if with this budget I have to pay a rent and I have to pay a mortgage, I'd say that even in the south of Italy, this money would not be enough. So now, if you are someone who would like to move to Italy, I'd say this amount of money is enough if you don't have to pay for a mortgage and if you don't have to pay for the rent. I'd say yes, it's possible. Obviously, let's say it's not really a big budget. You have to consider to tighten a bit your expenses if you want to make it. Then you might have some savings. Then there could be the month where I'm spending less than that budget, or the month where I'm spending more. So it depends. Could be many factors that might switch that amount from one month to another. All right. So this is the first thing, rent or mortgage, because if I don't have these things, I think I can make it. Then another point where that I would like to focus about how much money I need to live in Italy is if I have children or if I don't have children. Now, this makes a big difference because if I have children, I have to say no. This amount of money is not enough. Not even if if I'm the owner of the house. So let's say even if I don't have to pay a rent, or even if I don't have to pay a mortgage. So if I have children, that money would not be enough. So let's say that for me, in my opinion, this amount of money is enough for a couple. So, for a couple of pensioners, I believe the majority of the people who would like to move to Italy that are watching my channel or are pensioners or are close to the pension age, and so they are thinking where to have a better life, better quality life. Let's say I cannot complain at all about the quality of the life here. Then obviously there is always the concept, the idea where I would like to move and to relocate, because I always say that there are three typology of relocation. One is in a big city, one is in a small town, medium town, okay, and another one is the countryside life. So these are the three things that personally I think people have to decide before moving to Italy. In what type of contest they would like to move. So if it's in a city, medium or big, if in a small town, small or medium town, or in the countryside, isolated house. So let's say that anyway, 1200 euro is not enough for me if you have children. Then again, I was talking about the people who are watching my channel that are pensioner, or people who are close to the pension, and so they are planning to move to Italy. So in this case, if it's a couple, yes, I think, and again, no rent and no mortgage, yes, they can make it to live with this amount of money. Then, if it's only one person, if it's not a couple, but if it's a single person, who, yes, of course, this amount can even be more affordable to live, in particular in the south of Italy. Um, I'm not saying because, for example, the rents are cheaper, because obviously, if we are moving to Rome, or if we are moving to Milan, or in any big city in Italy, the rents are higher. But I already said that with 1200 euro, if I put the rent in, I'd say it would become, even if the rent, let's say, let's try to break in parts the amount of money. Let's say that I want to live with this money, with 1200 euro, and with the rent to pay. So I'd say that the cheapest rent that I might find to pay in the south of Italy, in a decent house, in a decent condition, goes between 300 and 500 euro a month. So let's say that I choose for a medium town that goes from 1,000 to 10,000 inhabitants. The range for the rent goes between 300 and 500 euro for a decent house with 500 euro. But then if I'm paying 500 euro for the rent, and then I have 700 euro left, if I'm breaking these 700 euro left, consider that there are bills to pay and food, because these are the two main expenses. And then on top we should add the transportation. Then transportation divides in two categories: the one who don't have a car and rely just on public transports, and the one who have a car and so they can rely on their own transportation. But obviously, to have a car is more expensive than to not have a car, because, okay, let's consider that you already have a car, so you don't have to spend money, but there is the insurance to pay, there is the tax road, there is uh, what you call, anyway, You might need to fix the car time to time. Um, you might need inspection, the yearly inspection for the car, and you need to put petrol. So I'd say that the car, if I break down all the amount of money I spend for a car, I'd say that if I break it down in 12 months, it could be between 200 and 300 euro a month. If I put insurance, petrol, tax road, yearly inspection, so all these things. So if I have to pay 500 euro for the rent, decent property, then I have a car, and let's say 300 euro. Do we want to be a bit lower with this budget? Let's say 200. 200, if I multiply per 12 months, is 2,400 euro a year. So I believe people spend a bit more than that for a car. But let's be generous. So it's 2,200 euro a month for the car. We are already at 700. And then I have only 500 euro left for bills and food. I'd say it's not enough. Now, for the bills, let's say without exaggerating with the heating system, being conscious, being responsible about the lights, the consumes in general, about the water, just to try to keep my bills a bit lower, I'd say that the average monthly, putting 5 bills, I'm gonna put 5 bills, is around 200 euro. Now, which are these 5 bills? The 5 bills are electricity, mainly all the houses have electricity, gas, then the trash, the rubbish, water, and then I consider internet as well. But internet, for example, I might avoid to have internet at home. If I Nowadays with the mobile you can have hotspot, you have big amount of gigabytes. For example, in Italy, with a plan of 6 euro a month, I have 200 gigabytes of internet, so which is fantastic. I never use 200 gigabytes, but obviously, between me and my wife, we need internet to work, so I need a proper, a good internet connection. So I decided to go not only for the mobile phone plan, but I'm also paying this bill, which is 20 euro a month. And 20 euro a month is not a lot. The range in Italy for internet to have a stable and fast connection at home goes between 20 and 30 euro a month. But so let's make a recap. 500 euro for the rent, 200 euro for the car, and this 700 euro. Then we're gonna add another 200 euro for the bills, all right, without with consuming the minimum. Let's say trying to stay tight with the heating system, and so the comfort, the minimum comfort. That's what I want to say. So we are talking about another 200 euro. So we are already at 900 euro a month. And then we have to add on top the food. Now, I'd say that for two people, the average amount of money you need to spend for the food in Italy, and to buy also quality food. So we are talking about, I'd say 400 euro a month minimum. In between 400, 500, and 600. But let's say with 400 euro a month, if I'm cooking, if I'm making, let's say, obviously, if I buy ready meals, they're more expensive than if I'm cooking myself. I love to cook, so let's say that my average expense for the food is around 400 euro. So I was at 900 plus 400, I'm already out of the 1200. Okay, so that's why I said if there's no rent to pay, because in these 1300, I'm including 500 euro for the rent. So I'd say that if there is the rent to pay, I'm already over because I'm at 1300. And then And then we all have to consider our little extras. So, and extras can be breakfast at the bar, in the bar. And when I'm saying breakfast, I'm not saying bacon, rashers, eggs. I'm just talking about the typical Italian breakfast, so which is a croissant, cappuccino. So if I put this type of expense, then time to time, do I want to go to the restaurant? Um, so let's say that the extras in a month could be 300 euro a month to please ourselves, a little journey somewhere, a day on the beach, a day trip somewhere. So I'd say 300 euro a month. Now let's try to remake this calculation without the rent. So we said that the car is about 200 euro. Then we have the bills, another 200 euro, and we are around 400 euro. Then we have food. So food, we said 400 euros, so we are at 800 euros. And then on top, we can put some extras that I said around 400 euros. So we stay in these 1200 euros. So roughly, I wanted to give you an idea about how much money realistically we need to spend if we want to live in Italy, in the south of Italy. Now, I'm not gonna compare with other parts of Europe. Okay, I'm not. It, it's going to be now. I'd rather have you to let me know under your comment section how much it costs the life. But you see, this is very abroad, wherever you are, can be in the States, but this is too generic because obviously someone might have children and they might have. I was talking about a situation, a case in particular where there are no children and there is an income of 12, 13 euro, 12, 1300 euros a month as an income. Then the higher is the income, the better, the more things you can do and you can afford. If it's 1500, you can even save. Then do we need to save? So there are so many variables, let's say, so many things that we should have considered, that it's impossible to make really a video where I'm explaining exactly how much money we need in to live in Italy. I just try to give you an idea, a generic point of view about how much money I need. I'd say that I don't need big money. I don't need huge amount of money, but I still need money. Probably now what I wanted to say now, probably someone in the same situation, let's say a pensioner in Holland that doesn't have, I take Holland just as an example, not don't take it personally, but a pensioner in Holland who is the owner of his house, so doesn't have a rent to pay and doesn't have mortgage to pay. So out of this, I believe that it's not really in need of a bigger amount of money. I'd say it's possible to live with that budget. Uh, I'd say in Holland, again, if there's no rent or mortgage to pay, and the same here, and the same in Milan, and the same, I don't know, in Madrid or London or Berlin or in many other cities in Europe. So this amount of money could be the same. Then you let me know if this. Obviously, I need to repeat that this budget, 1200 euro up to 1500, it's a tight budget. So obviously you have to really consider where you're spending your money. You can't just open the wallet here and there and then that it's not working like this. So it's working in the way that yes, I have the budget, I can make it, but I still have to put attention where I'm spending my money. So, but then in the end, everyone, doesn't matter where we are responsible and we are looking at where we're spending the money. Then, if my pension is 3, 4,000 euro a month, then obviously I have to think less about my expenses, and I'm gonna worry less. Now, that's why the title of this video is it possible to live with 1,200 euro a month? So now, if you watched the video up to now, what I'm saying is that technically, yes, it's possible, but the budget is a bit tight. Then I'd say it's impossible if there is a rent or mortgage to pay with that amount of money. Then, if I have a mortgage or rent to pay, I'd say the minimum budget is at least 1,800, 2,000 euro a month. So it all depends, and we are all in a different situation. It's impossible to go specifically to one case in particular. So we have to pay attention. Now I just try to give you an idea about how much money we need to live in the south of Italy. Maybe at the end we find out that this 1,200 euro or 1,300 euro a month, it's enough here as it's enough in Holland, in Belgium, in England. I don't know, you're gonna tell me. For sure, I can tell you that the quality of the life here is good. No, now I really hope you watched the video up to now, because the last sentence, this sentence that I just said about the quality of the life, I didn't talk that much before, so you can only fully understand what I said. Okay, I can make it to live here with that amount of money, but obviously the quality of the life, I can guarantee you for the quality of the life. That's the thing. Italy, a place to love, Antonio can guarantee you. Now, I'm gonna close this video. I hope you appreciate it. And what else to say? So, if you like the video, please put like and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds and it doesn't cost anything. Now, my friends, I'll see you tomorrow here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel to my next video. Bye!